The Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, sharing his thoughts with us, and of course declaring formally that the COVID-19 tracker app is duly launched. Well, I'm sure most of us probably are starting to punch our phones and hit our laptops and computers to find out how it is that we can get onto this. I reminded you earlier that much as it is that we are launching the COVID-19 tracker app, we also have a musical performance that will go on and on. We have Kwami Eugene performing tonight. Also, we have Fancy Gadam. We have Great Ampo. We have Kayi Kwami Apia. We have Dada KD. We have Lucky Mensa. And then also we have Shatta Wale. But very quickly, let me ask the Vice President of the Republic. Your Excellency, thank you very much for your time with us, and we appreciate your thoughts shared with us. Now, if I may ask, sir. Very well, sir. How are you, sir?
I'm very fine, Chairman General. How are you?
Very well, thank you, Your Excellency.
Very good.
Great. Now, let me ask this. You mentioned in your speech that the virus has a mind of its own, and as much as possible, everybody who can should stay home. Sir, how sure are we that all these interventions we're put in place, including the launch of the tracker today, would solve the issue at hand?
Well, the thing is that this is a new virus. Even the scientists are trying to understand it. But we know that it is spread through contact or close contact. And this is why the science is telling us that we should maintain social distancing and we should do the necessary hygienic things such as washing our hands and making sure that we keep these distances. So there's many strategies that are being employed, but ultimately we need data to be able to follow this virus. And so some of the strategies that we are employing will give us this data, and the digitized environment with the tracker app and the testing and the tracing and so on. They are all going to be contributory factors in helping us deal with this. I don't think that there is a single solution that we are going to apply as at now. We are still understanding it, updating our information every day and changing our strategy if it is required based on the existing information. So we are trying to do what the science tells us to do and what the data tells us to do and what the country experiences are telling us to do. The president is very much on top of this matter and will apply the strategies as is deemed to protect the people of this country.
It's not a very exciting time to be vice president, is it?
So can you repeat your question?
I was just asking, it's not a very exciting time to be vice president, is it?
Well, I think that God does everything for a reason, and we have the responsibility, as I have, to support the president. He's asked me to chair, which I am very happy to chair, the COVID monitoring committee, and so we are on top of the issues, or trying to be on top of them on a daily basis to support the efforts of the president in dealing with this. But I think that for all Ghanaians, not just for a vice president, I don't think this is a very exciting time. For all of us, we have to come together as one country and put our shoulders to the wheel. This is not a time for partisanship. It is a time for us to come together as one nation to fight a common enemy.
Vice President, there's a certain level of despondency and negativity about the preparedness of our country, health-wise, government-wise, and all of that. Some have said that looking at what we're doing in terms of the lockdown, it doesn't look as if we're achieving the desired results. Are we going to strengthen the lockdown methods?
Well, I think that the president has said that we are going to follow the science and the data in doing this, and all the measures that the president has announced has been, based on the science and the best advice that all the scientists have on this. So you can see what we are doing in Ghana is very consistent with what is being done in other parts of the world. And as I said, what we are actually doing also, we are actually ahead of some of the most advanced countries in the area of contact tracing, for example, or testing per capita. We are quite far ahead. But what this has exposed in all countries, including the most advanced countries, is the weakness of our health systems. It has exposed, if you find places in like the UK, the US, Spain, Italy, all their health systems have been challenged by this virus. And so we have to do more and to make sure that we get more done and more investment in our health sector and so on. But this virus has really exposed weaknesses across the world in the healthcare system, and Ghana is not immune from that. But I think we have lessons to learn from that, which I hope we will all learn.
Your Excellency, very finally, social media is awash with all kinds of information. And then also there's a certain feeling of despondency amongst a lot of people that we are not doing enough. You have the expert advice. Should we brace ourselves for more stringent measures as we go along?
Well, I think that we have to follow all the advice that we are given. I think that there is a sense in which some of our compatriots may not be taking the whole issue very seriously. You heard yesterday, for example, that in Choco people went to the beach yesterday, notwithstanding all the admonitions that we should stay away from large gatherings of that nature. So I just want to appeal that we follow the advice that is being given and we stay at home when we don't have to come out. And the president and the government will take the decisions as the data and the evidence and the strategy evolves. And I think that we should wait for that to happen. I don't want to signal that there's going to be more stringency or less stringency. We will have to look at the data and make decisions on that basis and follow the advice of the science.
Your Excellency, you sit in a position of advantage. You know more than a lot of us do. Ghanaians are watching, the rest of the world is watching. What would you say to Ghanaians as Vice President of our country?
Well, as I said, we are going through a very difficult time in Ghana, as the whole world is also going through. The world over, we are dealing with something we haven't dealt with before. It is requiring a lot of sacrifice. We have thankfully got a very, very visionary leader in Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who is setting the tone and bringing this country together. It is very, very important that we stay together as a country and support the president, regardless of your political party, and leave politics aside for now, and let us support the president to fight this battle together. And let's speak with one voice in Ghana, and let's follow the directions that will keep ourselves and our families and our neighbors safe. Let's follow the directions. Let's keep the social distancing. Let's wash our hands and so on, and we will be fine.
Your Excellency, thank you very much for your time. We appreciate your time spent with us.
Thank you very much, Chairman General, and my regards to everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Dr. Alhaji Muhammadu Bawumia, spending some time with us here as we launch COVID-19, the COVID-19 app, the tracker here. And earlier we're joined by the Minister for Communication and Member of Parliament for Ablekuma West, Esla Owusu Ekufo, who spoke earlier. And then, of course, the Vice President formally launched it. And I mentioned